Hey guys, I'm Andy, the Self-Help Book Junkie, and today we are back with The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, because we are nothing if not scientific. Anyways, we are back. This book is over 100 years old, therefore public domain. I don't know if that's the requirement to be public domain, but it is over 100 years old. I'm linking Project Gutenberg so that you can get it for free, but you can also buy it on Amazon. You can go to the library, however you want to get it, read the book. Don't just let me talk at you about it. Follow along, read these books, get your own information out of them. Highly encourage you. Let's continue on with the next section, okay? No one is kept in poverty by a shortness in the supply of riches. There is more than enough for all. A palace as large as the Capitol at Washington might be built for every family on earth from the building material in the United States alone. And under intensive cultivation, this country would produce wool, cotton, linen, and silk, enough to clothe each person in the world finer than Solomon was arrayed in all his glory, together with food enough to feed them all luxuriously. The visible supply is practically inexhaustible, and the invisible supply is inexhaustible. Whew, I did a little calculation because, like I said, we scientific over here, and I calculated if everybody in the United States was given about 3 square feet, so like about the size of like a tile, 3 square feet, everybody's given about the size of a tile to stand in. We could all fit in the state of Rhode Island. Everybody in the United States, everybody, with room to spare. Like Rhode Island still would be too big. I think one of the major things that I always like to think of is that resources are so infinite. We are a society that wastes a lot of stuff, that a lot of the stuff that we do, we throw it out. We don't recycle it. And this isn't like an argument for or against or whatever. This is really just pointing out that when you believe that, oh, there's not enough money for me to make out there, you are severely limiting your earning potential. You think, oh, these billionaires are hoarding money. These billionaires are keeping all the money. They're trillionaires. There are thousands of billionaires. Let me say that again. There are thousands of billionaires. That means that there's trillions of monies out there to be had. Now, does that mean that you're going to be a trillionaire? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe the first trillionaire is actually watching me right now. If you are, hey, I can use some monies. When you take a look at what exactly this earth produces, what people actually produce, you'll see that there is room for you to continue to produce, to sell, to be, to do, to have. There is just so much in this world that like even our tiny little brain cannot comprehend it. And the thing that I really love about what this book is highlighting is that it's not even just about giving you 3 square feet to live in. I thought, hey, if we gave everybody equal amounts of land, every single person in the United States give you equal amount of livable land, okay? And this is just generalization. Everybody would have 5 acres of land for themselves. 5 acres for each person. We would be so spread out. We would just be all never see each other because don't come into my 5 acres. But it's just our brain cannot comprehend the enormity of size of what is a billion, what is a trillion, what is giving everybody 5 acres. How big is the land of the United States? How big is the land of Russia? How big is the land of Asia? How big is the land of Europe? How big is the world? We confine ourselves to our itty bitty teeny apartments. We confine ourselves to our itty bitty little space, and this is what we have. This is what we'll always have. We will never have anything more. We will never have anything less. We are just in this little box. But the world and the resources is so immense and so incomprehensible that we can't even go there. Think about this, all right? There are so many people in the world that if we all held hands, we would circle the earth about 13, 14 times. Like, that's how many people there are. That's how big the earth is. That's just how crazy, like, we can't even comprehend this, like, amount. We couldn't. Our brain doesn't compute these large numbers. So when we start talking about, oh, these billionaires, like we can't even fathom what that took to even get there. What I'm telling you is that you don't even have to be a billionaire, a trillionaire. Like you don't even have to get there. You have to get to a place where, we talked about this in another video, maybe it was the last video. What is rich? What does rich mean to you? And to me, that looks like freedom. Freedom from fear that something's going to come and mess up my bills. Freedom from not being able to take care of myself. Freedom from not being able to take care of my family if they needed it. Now, what is that number? What is that number? Have you calculated that number yet? That's the question. And so this book gently reminds us that yes, there are a lot of resources out there that you can use in order to create your wealth, that you can use in order to be able to level up your lifestyle and your life and those of the people around you. You don't have to think small. So it's pushing you to think bigger, think more, think better. So I recently just did this exercise that was pretty interesting that I thought maybe I would share with you guys. So go ahead and close your eyes and think about the amount of money that you make right now, okay? Think about what it affords you, thinking about how much you have in your pocket, in your wallet. How much money is it that is in your periphery right now? What would it feel like to make 2 times that amount? Is that uncomfortable? Is it, nah, that's comfortable, I've done it before? Like, how do you feel about that? Now come back to what you make right now, okay? Get comfortable again, right? And then go back to 2 times, and then go back to right now, and keep doing that, switching between now and twice as much that you make until you're comfortable with the idea of, I can make two times the amount. Like, that would be nice. Like, what could that afford you? What could that bring you into your life? Okay, so now we're comfortable with 2 times. Okay, now let's 10 times how much you make right now. It's a big jump. Okay, so now, wow, does that feel comfortable? Does that feel awkward? Now come back to 2 times if that's too awkward, and get comfortable again. Okay, go back to 10 times and really stretch yourself. Really, what could it afford you? What could you be doing? What would you wear? What trips would you take? What would change in your life? And just start to like feel it and get feeling that uncomfortable. And then come back to the 2 times and then keep toggling between 10 and 2, 10 and 2, 10 and 2. When you get comfortable with 10 times the amount that you make right now go to 100 times what you make right now. Did you just say that's impossible? That's not real. Okay, well, come back to 10 times and then go back to 100 times. What would that buy you? What could you get? What's the security behind it? Is there security behind it? Do you feel more not secure because you have all this money? Think about all the things that come with it. How much taxes you pay? What can you buy? How can you support your family? What would you wear? What would you do? What trips would you take? Now we're like at 100. So go back between 10 and 100. 10 and 100. Get to a safety point and then go back and stretch your mind. And just keep going back and forth. And then now you're like at 100 times. And like now, you can conceptualize what it would feel like to make 100x what it is you currently make. Doing this isn't going to happen overnight. Doing this isn't going to be something that, oh, I get comfortable with 100 overnight. This is something that to practice over and over again to like see, hey, you know, how much can I stretch my capacity to be able to believe that I can make more money? How can I stretch this capacity to live more, be more, do more? Have more responsibility, take care. How could I potentially be somebody who would make that? I'm going to leave you with that exercise. Let me know what you think, all right? Like I said, I'm going to put links to the book In the description, I'm going to put a link to my book, Writing from My Life. It's a book about how to journal, because journaling, prayer, and meditation have been crucial in my own journey. I'm going to put a link to my podcast, Mindset Matters More, because you guys can get extra doses of Andy every single day in your car, in your earbuds, at the gym, when you're showering, whatever you want, okay? And with that, I'm going to let you go. Love you guys. Bye.